you guys. We here today, I'd like to introduce everyone to our moderator.
Yes.
Our moderator isn't here. Originally, we said a different moderator, but I will be moderating. So, welcome to the panel here today called Doing Good, Mobilizing Your Audience for Community Service. I will be your moderator, Hannah Hart. And I'd like to just kind of run down the line, introduce everyone, and say one element of what you do that helps your community. Starting with Jimmy Watt.
Hey, I do music on youtube.com/Jimmy, and a few years ago I made a response video to a sort of viral video about Asians in general. And this was right around the time that Japan got hit by the tsunami, so I decided just to donate all the proceeds from a few select songs on iTunes and Bandcamp to charities. So I've been doing that for 2.5 years now. Save the Children is one charity that I consider to support.
That's great, Jimmy. Wow.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Diehl. I head up a nonprofit right here in Orlando called Give Them Wings to Fly. And what we do is we raise funds to give children in need musical instruments, lessons, teach them, give them the ability to learn music that not only are they interested in, but they want to learn as opposed to what they're forced to learn in public school. And that's about it.
Great.
Hello, I'm Adam. I'm from an organization called GiveCite. What we do is we promote nonprofit organizations and we help raise funds and awareness for them. So we're really excited because this year we're going to be representing Charity Water here at Playlist Live. Yes. So it's going to be awesome. Charity Water is actually going to be at our booth. And we actually have like the official Playlist Charity Water campaign that's live online right now. So we're looking to raise over this week. It is going to be mycharitywater.org/playlistlive. So we're really excited. We want to like make giving viral, and we're looking to raise $4,000 over the weekend for Charity Water. None of it goes to us, obviously. 100% goes to Charity Water and building wells. So we're super excited, and that's it. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
Everybody spread a lot of positivity in this room.
Hi, my name is Ben Moore. I'm a social media consultant from London, England, and I help run Stickaid, which is a 24-hour non-stop live broadcast where we raise money for UNICEF. It's been going for around 7 years now, and we're looking to plan one later this year. So if you just go to stickaid.org, we'll be posting up regular updates as to when the next event is.
Great.
Hello, I'm Justine.
How do you pronounce that?
Justine.
Justine.
Justine. Yeah.
You Justine?
Yes.
We Justine, got it.
So I make YouTube videos, and actually today is World Water Day.
Yes.
So I work actually pretty closely with Charity Water, and usually anytime there's any event that I would support charity, I always choose Charity Water. And today I actually held a hangout with a bunch of water charities today, so they talked about what they were doing. So it's really cool to work with these water charities because I don't think we realize how much water really impacts people and you don't have it and you cannot survive. So I'm super excited to work with Charity Water people today. And now, Miss Hannah.
Yes. My name is Hannah Hart. Thank you for that intro, Justine. I really like that. That was great. My name is Hannah Hart. I do a YouTube show called My Drug Kitchen. I run a channel called Harto, and recently I'm on this panel because I just crowdfunded enough money to go on a tour around America, around the UK, around Europe, and around Australia. And along that tour, instead of doing meetups at bars or doing performances, I'll be doing large-scale charity events. Wherein the volunteers that come, we all get to spend 3 hours together hanging out, and then at the end of those 3 hours, I've actually maybe accomplished something in a small way. So that is what I do. Great. So as the moderator of this panel now, the first question I would like to pose to you guys would be really for the YouTubers that are here. Actually, what tools do you have access to online that you feel like will work best to kind of drive community service, drive charity, that sort of thing? Like, would you do a one-off video? Would you do a large-scale campaign? Anything like that?
I think the most powerful tool that we have is literal watchable demonstration of charitable work. Because you can do a video that just tells people to donate for whatever reason and maybe shows a couple of pictures and stuff. But I think the most effective thing that we do have is to be able to actually show people sort of charity work in action from the YouTuber itself, because there's something very connectable with the fact that, you know, when I think you were there, when Epic Mealtime went to a soup kitchen and actually made food for the soup kitchen, and it was just great because it was such a dichotomy of image of what you would think these people would do, but keeping the same personality and connectability in a very charitable setting. And I think that's the first thing in my head.
Yeah.
I really like choosing a charity and kind of sticking with that, because it's like a lot of people already know what I'm probably going to donate this next project to. So even for every project for Awesome, I've always chose a charity. I can't even talk today. What is going on? Chosen a charity, Walter. Oh, not a charity, Walter. What is
There we go. She picked it up. She picked it up.
No. But I think what I really do love about Charity Water is they can show you exactly where you're building the wells. So the money that people donated 2 years ago for the Project for Awesome, we're now building wells in other countries that you can look at on a GPS location. And we have a plaque with Project for Awesome 2011 on that well. So it's really cool to be able to actually see what we all accomplished and what we made.
I love that, yeah, and I think that's pretty exemplary of like a community like YouTube, where people want to just share in things together. That is an excellent way of just kind of translating that into, you know, doing some good. So this is my question for the non-tubers on the panel. In what ways, like for, you know, Give Them Wings to Fly, which is a Florida local-based thing, would you want to interact with local YouTubers around here and try and utilize that? Or in what ways, I guess, do you guys utilize YouTubers from your perspective?
Definitely. Social media is a huge outlet to get the word out for what you're trying to do as an organization. YouTube is just a great example. We do a lot of stuff with Twitter and Instagram and Facebook to get the word out, and we're still relatively new in terms of starting as a nonprofit. And the following that we've received, not only in the United States, but internationally as well, and the interest that we've generated in just a few short months has been, we would have never been able to do it without social media outlets, like I said. And
can I ask for some more, if you're comfortable giving them more specific examples? Because I imagine when you're not generating like entertainment content, how do you guys get people, how do you build your quote-unquote fan base? How do you drive traffic to what you're doing?
luckily, we have a pretty strong following of musicians, and we have certain bands and different a lot of entertainers that kind of support what we do. So we've been fortunate enough to be able to throw events where we actually have these people come out, and they generate a lot of interest through their Facebooks and Twitters and their own personal social media outlets. And just pretty much we do a lot with merch, branding and stuff like that. We sell t-shirts online to get the word out, and even though we're local in Orlando, we have, we're shipping shirts to California, we're shipping shirts all over the country, and we generate a lot of interest, like I said, internationally as well. I've had several emails from people trying to set up what we do overseas and in Africa and the UK. So there's a lot of interest, and it would never be possible without, like I said, social media.
Ben, what about you over at Stickaid?
We fully use social media as a way of getting our fan base to get involved more with us centrally. What we really like about YouTube, for example, is we can create a video that has all of their favourite YouTubers in there talking about a cause that we use UNICEF as our main cause. And it's in their own style, so they're bringing their fan base along. We then tweet, we get them to retweet, and it's just a really good way of sharing.
Do you find, if you could give a rough estimate of the percentage of people that, like for instance, like if Justine and I were to collaborate, there's some of Justine's audience that would watch, but not very many of them that would stay. So when you're running kind of like a charity organization, do you have any idea the kind of percentage you get of people that, oh wow, I just saw Justine in this charity water video, it was great. Actually, I want to watch more charity water videos. Like, do you see a turnaround like that?
Yeah, sure. Stickaid actually is very fortunate to rely on its guest hosts, because they are all very prominent YouTubers, and we then retain the fans from previous years, and we do usually find that the majority of our fan base are people who have come through our guests, basically. So our guests are our main source of paying donations, basically.
That's great. That's really great.
My question is, how did people do anything before social media?
Yeah, I
I
know.
had no idea.
They did. You know what they did? They like handed out pens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like a lot of free stuff like that.
Yeah, there was like those pigeons that you sent with messages.
Right,
like they would
yeah.
send those and be like, "We're having an event today," and then the pigeon may die.
Yeah.
They may not
It
live.
may- it
They
may-
had
it
to
may
talk
not
to each
die.
other in person, it was really weird.
Yeah, exactly. Did you, and again, I'm going to jump back to the YouTubers here. By the way, guys, can I just say I love moderating panels.
You're so good. You're very good.
I'm really enjoying it.
You decided about 2 seconds before you moderated to do it.
I know, and I've already got like 6 more questions. No, but I'm going to jump back to the YouTubers here. Were you, Jimmy and Justine, were you guys interested in charity work or volunteerism before you were the leaders of a base of people that would be interested in it? Or was that a personal interest? Like, where does that stem from?
For me, okay, so this goes further back before I even started YouTube. This was when I was 18, so about 7 years ago. I needed a job, and the easiest job that you didn't really need to apply for, and that they accepted everyone, was street canvassing. And I'm sure you guys have run into street canvassers before. They have
Is that littering? What is that?
They just take canvases and put them on streets.
Buddy, I applied for a job that was following you and with a garbage bag. No, I'm kidding.
Yep. Just have to clean up after.
Yeah.
The street canvassing is just basically the guys and girls with binders on the streets that approach you to essentially solicit a donation for a charity. And that company is hired out by charities to help them promote on the streets essentially. But the turnover rate, they would hire about 3 people a week and 2 people would quit out of pure, just because it's insane and it's not very fun because people just yell at you all day, they don't want to talk to you. But through doing that, I found that I was actually pretty moderately good at approaching people and talking to them about stuff. And when I first started doing the job, you just learn the basic facts about the charity, you know, what they can do here, etc. This is what your monthly donation does. And slowly after time, I got more and more interested in the actual charity itself. And by the questions that people were asking me, I realized were really important questions. Like, yeah, a charity shouldn't be giving only 50% of donations. They should be giving like 90% or more. Like, we need to hold them to a higher standard. And so me getting self-righteous in my job and helping sell this charity got me a lot more interested. So that's what sort of pushed me to doing it, because it seems like a very natural and correct response to respond to something. If you have the opportunity to create more good in the world and help solve something that is an imminent problem, like for instance all the people that were upset from their homes in Fukushima and all that stuff in Japan when it happened, like it just, to me, has always been the most natural response ever since being inducted, I guess, into the world of charities and understanding just how many exist and how great they all are for the most part.
And there's so many, so it's like trying to find which one kind of fits
Yeah.
with you, and you think with your audience. I think for me growing up too, I would always like donate to charities and kind of get involved any way possible, but until I actually had an audience of people, and I realized how powerful that is, that
Right.
you're actually able to activate this community of people to do things for good.
Right.
Not trolling people, this is a good thing. Like,
Right.
hey, go to this video, leave a comment. Hey, go to this video, leave a nice comment. Donate your time, donate your money, because it doesn't even have to be money.
Right, yeah, absolutely. And there's a responsibility, I think, that comes with being the leader of a community to kind of set a precedent and set an example. Now, with you guys, when reaching out to YouTubers, have you found what response of feedback, like what's the percentage of feedback you get from them? Like, let's say you reach out to 10 YouTubers. In that 10, how many will come back positively and be like, yes, I want to work with Stickaid, I want to work with Charity Water? You know, can you give me a rough estimate?
We're quite fortunate because we're quite a figurehead in the online fundraising. We do get most of the YouTubers we speak to actually come back to us and say, yes, we do want to get involved. The people who don't get involved, there's usually other commitments, so it's usually, we've got pretty high 9 out of 10 turnover. Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, something else. We're actually like really new.
Oh,
yeah, and like what we're doing. So like a lot of our stuff has been like events, like in person, and then what we do is we'll like film the events. We'll talk about like basically like a few things. So we'll talk about what the cause was, what we did at that event, and just showing people like in action, people in the community doing that, and then stuff like that will go on YouTube.
Great. Could you give a couple more specific examples, like when you say event?
Yeah, sure. So for instance, we hold this event actually down here in Daytona Beach called the Neighbors Festival. And what we do there is we raise awareness for an anti-human trafficking organization. So we'll have somebody come and do a talk, or the band play, and then we like to focus on, it doesn't always have to be like a monetary, like giving money.
Right.
So like some of it, was giving money to help women who have just been rescued and give them medical care and stuff like that. But one of the areas that we had at our event was just for writing letters. And you can write letters to like the girls that were rescued, and it just says like, start out. Yeah, like just write letters to the girls who've been rescued, and just like starting with Dear Beautiful, and then just write something encouraging to them, and then sending it out to them. So that's kind of like what we do at our live events. But since we're so new and being around like all you guys and like seeing like what you guys do, like there will definitely be like more of a YouTube presence for sure.
Yeah,
whether
absolutely.
it be like us talking about like different organizations on YouTube and giving them a voice or teaming up with people. Possibilities are endless, so we're really excited.
Yeah, and I think what John and Hank Green have done with Project for Awesome, it really shows just kind of what innate potential exists in the YouTube community for doing good causes along those lines. It's kind of like if one of your best friends is like, hey, I'm going to spend the weekend, baking cookies or going to this charity and cleaning up for like a couple hours if you want to hang out there. It's like, yes, I would love to spend the time with you. You're my best friend. I'll be there. And again, jumping back to Jimmy, and I'm actually going to open this up to the floor in about a minute and a half, so get your questions ready.
Jimmy has a timer over here.
You know what, guys? I ate this shit up. You have no idea. Just so you have no idea.
It's like a real timer.
Yeah. Well, the last of the moderated questions, actually there's two. One is for Justine and Jimmy. How do you, in terms of like your inbox, when you put yourself out there as someone who is willing to give time and attention, like how many tweets do you get a day that's like, retweet this campaign to help me get my dog's kidney back, or back. It was lost in a terrible bow tie accident.
And we found
No, but you know what I mean? Like, how do you, because I personally, as not only a YouTuber and a moderator, I find it very difficult to, how often I have to say no. And these are all good causes, they're all worthy causes, but you just can't make your Twitter feed a constant stream of retweets about people and their dogs and their homes and da-da-da-da. Do you guys also encounter that sort of
I
stuff?
think it's hard. That's why I really try to stick with one sort of charity. So it's like, this is where I try to put my efforts towards.
Yeah.
But I mean, so every once in a while, I'll see a retweet. I'm like, all right.
You got it today,
All
Tiffany
right.
dog.
I think
You
it's
rolled the dice.
It's being selective because you really can't retweet everything. I mean,
That's true.
how many birthday retweets do you get? Like, hey, it's my birthday. Hey, retweet. I'm like, okay, fine.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I think it's hard. You have to pick and choose.
You do.
I think when you put yourself in the position where you've demonstrated to your audience and to the people that follow you and people that don't even know you that you're someone that is in this line of work or is willing or able to do this kind of stuff and wants to,
Yeah.
you almost open yourself up for people to, it sometimes, and this is the worst, but it feels like it's almost exploitation where it's like, oh, this person might do it.
Right.
This person has shown the capability in the past.
Right.
And it's tough because you want to donate to charity. You don't want to donate because it makes you feel good about
But it does feel good. I think
it
that's-
does,
I think
exactly.
Altruism is not dead. I think that there is a certain joy that you gain in doing something greater outside yourself, and if that, we humans are innately selfish. So it's like,
Yeah.
look, hey guys, it does feel good to do good things.
I was gonna say that actually that I think something like P4A and stuff that introduces the idea of giving in general, it appeals to the innate altruism in everyone. Because I
Right.
think even though we are selfish people, there is something in us that wants to help and wants to do good.
Yeah.
So it is tough to turn down stuff or just try and ignore it. But it's like Justine said, if you make it just a straight constant feed of other people's stuff, you're gonna get as quickly ignored as you are gonna be the person trying to ask someone else to do something. So it's sort of, you're trying to figure out what is the best balance and what do people want to see and what do people not want to see
Absolutely.
to
Yeah.
accomplish your goals.
That's a fair point. I want to give everyone on the panel a quick opportunity to plug or talk about any events that they might have coming up. I'll start with me. Hi guys. So I'm going to be doing Hello Harto. That is a tour across America. Every meetup event will be a charity event. So if I'm coming to your city, please come along for the ride. It'll be really, really great. You can check it out at helloharto.com. Anybody else?
Well, I'm your playlist. Oh, yes! No, I do work pretty closely with Charity Water, so I usually have random Charity Water volunteering I
Great.
don't even know what I don't know what this to say. I'm not very good at this today.
You're doing great. Jimmy, you got stuff coming up? Stickaid, charity water, Give Wings to Fly? Plug.
We actually, we're doing a silent auction in May. We're working on a summer event collaboration with another local nonprofit called Guidebook. We're also working on a fall event, and then we're kind of we're in the works of talking about a worldwide, well, definitely United States tour next year, kind of similar to Right Love on Arms, how they do like a music type deal, but getting certain headliners and going around the country and just kind of giving kind of what we do, and then also having musical performances tied right in. So that's what we're working on right now.
Excellent.
Sweet. I don't have any other events coming up quite yet, but I am here at Playlist in the present, which is exciting. Yes, Playlist.
Playlist.
Dog TVs.
Well, we are, go ahead.
I'm almost done. So, if anything for us, like, you hear her GiveCite is great, you know who I am great, but we definitely would love for you guys to give towards the charity water campaign. The reason I chose 4,000 is like strategic, because I know just to come to this event may have been something for you, may have put a hole in your wallet or whatnot. So the reason I did 4,000 is because it usually represents about 4,000 people that are going to be here. So even if everybody just gave like $1, we can help build a well. So that's what I'm really excited about. So,
Great.
woo!
Yeah, and we're going to be announcing Stickaid hopefully very shortly, the one for this year. If you want some more information, you can come find me. I can give you some wristbands as well if you want to remember the name as well.
Lovely, and that ties in really well. Sorry guys, we can't do questions, but if anybody's available for discussing after, just grab them and harass them.
Right.
Thank you
Do
so much.
good. Bring good to the world.